Jesus. Flipped out on this person because they found some gift that this person wanted to give you. I don't know who they got themselves involved with, but...
I have to do this. Give me a J, give me an A, give me a nondescript letter that wearing a carnation, and give me a something that comes before an F, and then...
They're psychotic. Inhalants, guys.
Some mindsets around money that need to go. Okay? If this is a marriage, if this is like because it is a legal partnership, and starting a business is like kind of like getting married too, right? Because it's a legal partnership.
Hey, so when you say statements on the phone over state lines, that becomes wiretapping and fraud and racketeering when you don't follow through. Did you know that? Maybe you know that now. Maybe, do you? Bueller? Hello?
So what are the things that we have to heal?
Here's my question. Is she capable of boiling water to make tea? And do you know who I'm talking about? Because there was more than one, and I'm sure you all got yours back. How'd that work out for you? Are they all chipper?
What are the things that I want to make sure happen?
Well, I'm sure we can all clearly understand that it's vitally important that they're all chipper.
What are the secrets that need to come out?
Well, I'm a totes-les. A lesbian is just a woman who lives on the island of Lesbos who doesn't like men so much that she swam out to an island and lived with a bunch of other women. You know, a woman. She's got a clitoris. She's got a vagina. She's got labia covering that vagina. She got an anus. She's got a crack. She's got a butt. She's got legs. Okay, so a totes-les, very similar, but doesn't have an anus and just has one hole. See, human has two holes. One for the baby, one for the poop, and then totes-les will not have two; they'll just have one. Okay, and then they don't have a clitoris; they have a clitoridick. Are you familiar? Clitoridick? Yeah. So I don't know if you know this or not, but that's one of my secrets. Now, Belgab. Hi, Belgab. Hi, Dave. Dave, I've kind of missed you. I don't remember exactly what happened all those years ago, but clearly you met some friends of mine, didn't you? It's amazing how people just get drawn together at times. So there's one now. So there's been some events that have happened, and no one's filled me in on it. I got a Pittsburgh Steelers jacket here that got left behind, and I asked somebody if it was his, and he said no, because it was his, and he didn't want to explain why the fuck it was here. That was cute. So now I got his jacket. I wore it tonight, and he's got Phil's truck, and Phil gave it to his wife, who ran off with grapefruit. Have I got this right? If I'm wrong at all, is that a secret? Is that supposed to be a secret? I don't think so. And then there's a whole bunch of other secrets that I know. And then I think it's better off if I don't spill all your tea for you, Belgab, Dave. I think that you would miss out on an opportunity of how good it feels to confess to whoever needs to know things. Now, I don't know who that is. In my case, here's another secret that I think is important to know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. No one calls me. No one calls me back. The only people who talk to me are Oompa Loompas in human form. Okay? I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know what you're doing about it other than fucking me off, you fat fuck. So, you got any secrets, Dave?
Ask all the questions.
People want to know, what's the secret to Jack Michelson's success against the mighty forces of Belgab? Is it my huge which is, sometimes big and sometimes small because that's convenient. I don't know what the fuck a guy with a huge ass penis all the time does other than act like a real fucking dick. But nevertheless, how do I do it, Belgab? How?
Ask all the questions.
Have you met Clayton? I feel like you have. Do any of you miss him? I don't miss him. Do you have any idea how many times he's been here since I booted his ass out and filed papers to keep him away? I'll go with the name. I'll go with several times because it's a haunted church on a consecrated graveyard, and there's not other many places where the Lord of the Underworld can appear. So,
ask all the questions.
Do you think he might be bipolar?
Ask all the questions.
Was that okay? Can I get another take? Like, can I do take 2? Okay, hang on.
Ask all the questions.
Okay, hang on. I gotta do this. Give me an A, give me a J, give me a medication that handles bipolar, and give me one that makes his dick shrink, and Free Willy! Wait, that's not a question. Damn.
Ask
Do you think he might be bipolar?
all
Do you think he might be bipolar?
the
Do you think he might be bipolar?
questions.
Hey, Dave, this one's just for you. Do you still feel like I gotta give you a bag of weed? And then, hey, did you enjoy knowing things that I didn't very long? Because I don't really enjoy it. I'd like to tell you everything I know twice. I think that would be really satisfying for me. I'm not sure about you. You probably don't really enjoy thinking about how much I know. I don't know everything. Like, what the fuck were you thinking, you fucking moron? I thought you had just a perfectly reasonably normal case of Tourette's. Are you saying that are you, do you think you might be bipolar?
Ask all the questions.
Have you ever broken more than 5 keyboards in a single day? Would you like to? Are you aware that because of your careless irresponsibility that I have literally nothing better to do with my time?
Ask all the questions.
Do you think this is some kind of shakedown? Do you think I'm trying to get money out of you? Do you think I want to take your wife? Please. Do you have any idea what's happening here? Because I don't actually. I would love to move on with my life. Can't, since I'm stuck, and that has a lot to do with you not answering questions. And I thought it was cute the other day when Inner Reach was going blah 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 blah. If Jackstar tries to get a lawyer, he'll take one look at this site, and his chances will be gone. Dude, fuck you and your fucking lawyer talk, asshole Texas dick. That's not what this is about. Sorry, I used the N-word on a Texan. Ugh. I'm sorry. I said the N-word instead of just saying nigger. I'm not used to this exactly. You got me all flustered, Dave. It would be a step up for you. And you'll note that I just referred to you as a Texan, even though I don't think you are, as a courtesy, because if you're a Texan, then it's okay if you rape your wife. And or at the minimum, it's legal. As far as I know, it is okay if you rape your wife. Who the fuck married you? Wow.
Don't just assume anything, okay? Ask all the questions.
Hey, do you remember when I started sending mail from an email account called Ready for the Genie at gmail.com? How many of you read those emails and discussed them before Christmas? Now, sir, sit down. Close the window. Just sit down. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not under oath. This isn't a deposition. You don't have to answer me. You don't have to answer me at all, do you? But what you do have to do is be accountable to whatever laws are involved here. I certainly don't know, since I don't know actually what happened. Nevertheless, you will note that something clearly did happen, given that you're arguing in public about it and acting like total douchebags. So, must have been something, okay? And if the implication may ever be that I'm just trying to shoehorn my way in, I have documentation. Hi, I'm Jackstar. I'm a friend. Who was it who made all those jokes about ex parte? Weren't those funny?
There's definitely somebody may have a lot of debt, and that could be a problem.
Hey, remember when Inner Reach was laughing about getting a subpoena?
Somebody could have...
That's right, archived documentation.
Okay.
I got him on my Telegram posting pictures of insurance textbooks that he's taking a class in, and he's joking about subpoenas, and he's making fun of the information that he's getting, and he's implying that I have something to worry about, not realizing that I knew that was going to happen eventually, and that he was going to be very disappointed to discover, and then that Duper's Delight is a really heavy duty tool, you know.
Huh.
And speaking of heavy duty tools, when you hired Super Mario to be your private investigator, whichever, did you ever think to wonder about his connections to well-known brutal Texas rape gangs. He certainly knows all their jokes.
So I'm not super crazy about this. I'm really not. You see this holding back thing?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the stick figure cartoon drawing, and I do mean stick.
Let's ask about that too. I feel like there might be somebody who is involved in your life who is not telling you the truth about a financial circumstance.
Hey, so who do you know better, Brittany or Kathleen? One of them, not sure which, sent me a message and asked me if she could trust me with her money. To which I laughed. Yeah, trust her at all. And here's what I think happened. Somebody put the money in the trust, thinking they could get to it later, and they can't. And that's why you're broke, and that's why you're pissed. Or maybe you got it back, maybe you didn't, but I don't know anything about this. And the trustee doesn't have to tell me shit. He's a professional. He's not going to fucking tell me these things. He knows better than to get involved in your fucking shenanigans, of which there are clearly many.
Four of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, High Priestess, the Lovers, and the Hierophant.
Oh, grapefruit, dear grapefruit, they gave me a job. I'm Black Pope. And I know you love money.
The Lovers, and the Hierophant.
As Black Pope, let me tell you some of the areas of concern that are my responsibility now. Money laundering, hot sex. That's both kinds of hot sex. Fornicating and non-fornicating. Drugs, hot sex on drugs, amphetamines, hot sex on amphetamines, and indulgences, and shotgun weddings, canly, incest, lots of things I'm in charge of as Black Pope. And what's Grapefruit in charge of? I don't fucking know or care.
It could be that somebody is actively trying to get out of another partnership.
Whatever it is, I'm sure she can do it. Weren't you? You were going to give her a job.
They could have some kind of legal...
Remember when she was making the video with some other guy complaining about forced labor?
Tie to another person. So if this is a relationship and you're trying to build something, you've got to come from a place of honesty.
Listen, be carefully. I'm trying to rub her feet.
And you've also got to come from a place of, even if it's embarrassing, I've got to tell you everything.
That's about it.
Because you deserve to know. So just know.
What's the address of the property in Shine and who's living there?
That you might be the person, or you might be somebody who is,
No, Cindy. Is your name Cindy? Thanks, Cindy. I don't know what you mean. Tell me.
Ready and willing and able to move forward, but don't be naive.
I will find a way, or I will make one.
Don't be naive. There's some information that needs to be shared.
Now, Cindy, are you sure? Because that's kind of what I thought for the last 3 years. And in the meantime, these narcissistic, self-absorbed douchebags have been slandering me in public and acting like complete assholes. So, are you sure?
Okay, that really needs to be shared.
Hey, Belgab, I'd like to point out that you could have talked about this with me anytime in the past. Privately or semi-privately. At a round table. And now it's on YouTube, where, I don't know what the hell you're going to do. I don't really care. How about we get on with my life before it gets even worse for you?
Once it's shared, you can deal with it, right?
Well, technically, it would have to be somebody else who can deal with it, because that would be the person who's pretending to be any one of the 3 women who's claimed to be my wife, or 4. Not really sure how many fucking shill-tastic, swindling bitches you got working for you. If there's $85 billion in the trust and only one person knows, and she doesn't tell me, and she has a leverage over top of the trustee, and she's willing to laugh at me when she's high on heroin getting her fucking nails done when I call her, and she fucking keeps on checking in but never has a fucking conversation with me while living in goddamn New Jersey. Gee, I don't know. What the fuck do you think might be happening? And gosh, I think it might be important to find out for sure. So should I call some fucking regulators and make it even more exciting? Or how about you just act like you're not trying to fucking steal from me, you goddamn cock-knocking, swindling bitch, boom, fuck!
8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, beautiful. King of Cups, and the 7 of Swords.
Whore!
Ask.
Do you really think I don't know exactly what's going on? Are you actually so fucking high on the smell of your own farts?
Question.
That you haven't figured out that I have figured out all of this stuff a while ago. And the reason why I've been so calm, even now, is that you're already caught. You're already busted. Watching you squirm is making some insurance professionals really happy. So perhaps you could talk to me and I could quit wasting my time with getting catfished by your fucking interns. Or is there something else going on? Or did you not care about doing a certain thing that you're going to regret, especially if you did what I think you did, by the way. Here I am alone, by the way. Why do you think that is?
Ask the question that you want to ask.
Do you hear that dog barking? And how much money do you think it would take to keep it from ripping your balls off? If any of you even had any.
Ask the question that you most want to ask.
Who was living at the house at 8808 Barnes Drive, Castle Rock, Washington, 8611 in the summer of 2011? And who was living there? And in the summer of 2021, who was living there then? And was her name Mealy or Bailey?
3, 2, 1,
Jack, fuckface, astronaut, exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything! I want that brain taken out.
Heat Vision, the motorcycle with the mind of Jack's unemployed roommate. Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
Move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, I forget about, don't make the sound and move out.
Now let's just power. For real.
Headlines. This is from the group chat that I'm not allowed to message in. The admins of the group have restricted your ability to send messages. Oh yeah, because I'm so fucking dangerous. From a Facebook friend. Oh, come on. You can't really be serious. Of course it's the real Biden. What the fuck? Do you think it is an alien regime or some other batshit crazy theory? You think people are that evil? You try recruiting just 10 people to rob a bank. See how far you get. Offer them each $1 million. So fucking dumb. MIT actually proved a long time ago that even in the best conditions, no conspiracy involving 16 or more people can be kept a secret long. Such a huge conspiracy like you were talking about cannot be kept a secret, period. Okay, I know this person. They're stupid. It is, in fact, the truth that the Manhattan Project, remember the one where they built the fucking bomb? Yeah. Like 1 million people worked for that program. 1 million employees across the country, across the world. Various secret labs, secret dudes doing secret things. 1 million people made it the entire span of the project, and not one secret got out. So this person here is, I guess they're being sarcastic. But here's the problem: since I know who this is, I actually find it plausible that this motherfucker is actually that fucking stupid that he believes that, oh, MIT actually proved long time ago. No, they didn't. They in fact proved the opposite. It can be done. It was done. Now, I don't know what they were referring to. Did you hit your head or something? Do you think you might be bipolar? The only thing that killed people besides underlying conditions was not getting the vaccine. Oh, he actually is stupid. And to think my wife risked her, he's married, risked her life every day for these idiotic anti-vaxxers. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just didn't get one because I didn't need it. And it's got a chip in it and who the fuck knows what else. The science involved is about 4th grade science. Did you flunk 4th grade science? Dude, I taught 4th grade science. The people who refused or delayed getting the vax are to blame for 2/3 of the death in the USA. That is a fact. These kinds of conspiracy theories are whack. Just think about what you're saying. Listen to yourself. It's laughable. It is impossible and unlikely and fucking stupid beyond stupid. Yeah, I know who this is. It's just lucky guess, right? Wake the hell up. Quit wasting your time on such absurd fantasies that can be disproven at will and already have been disproven. A worldwide conspiracy bullshit. Blah ha ha ha. So absolutely fucking brainless. Grow the fuck up, please. Well, I'll be honest. He's kind of cagey. I can't tell if he's being sarcastic and really subtle with irony or oh wait. Yeah, never mind. That guy. I know what happened now. He copied it from Facebook and he pasted it because he read it and he couldn't tell either. He's like, whoa, wait a second. Wait, what? Because this guy I'm talking about, he's part of an ongoing conspiracy to defraud the public as well as other people. So he knows secrets can be kept. Oh my God, he knows all kinds of stuff about my life, and he kept that a secret for a while too. Oh God, he was so smarmy. So I'm guessing that. I know that he didn't write it, and maybe he did write it, and he's afraid of posting it under his own thing because he didn't want to say that he wrote it. He said he got it from somebody because he didn't want to be called out and forced to admit that he doesn't know himself if it's true or not what he wrote. It's hard to say, honestly. Not so important right now. So those of you who have listened to the initial 16 minutes of the show, what do you think? Did you like the job I did editing? Do you think it makes me look bipolar to move from person to person like that? I don't think so. I think it makes me look fat, but that's perfectly fine, honestly. So I'm a little uptight today. I can't remember exactly why. I got plenty of drugs. That's not it. I got food. I got beer. I got yogurt and I got beer. Beer and yogurt, really two fermented foods that go great together. The beer and the yogurt, they're very nutritious. There's fluid in them. You don't have to cook anything. And I can't cook anything in this house because all the appliances were sabotaged before I got in here. Like when I left on Christmas Eve at gunpoint, the appliances worked. And when I got back, they weren't. Okay? This house is fucked. It's fucked up because the people who were here fucked it up. And I suppose a person might say, oh, well, it's just too bad. You should have gotten insurance or you'll never get your money back. They ran away. You'll never track them down. Like, no. That's not what's happening here. For one thing, this isn't a normal kind of house. This is, this is a fishbowl. Okay? This house is a house where people move in and they're expected to not stay long because they either end up in jail or they kill themselves by being completely insane, driven by the ghosts. I don't actually. I have not seen any ghosts here. It's definitely haunted. They got things and stuff, and I'm still stuck here a year and a half. And when I say stuck, I mean I literally have nowhere to go on the planet, given that people, identity left hazy for the time being, have spread rumors far and wide as to my nature, characteristic, all kinds of stuff. They've arranged for a fake fight to be staged here that I walked in on. I'm sure there's a lovely tape recording of that and a even better body camera footage recording that was supposedly lost, but I don't think that's going to fly. I don't think we need to play it on my show. That would be ridiculous. It was like an hour and a half. And I'm still stuck here. I don't know where my friends are, and the ones who are smart, they're not talking back to me, because the ones that are smart, they know things. They know how things like this go. They don't want to get messed up with it, and they know that I'm perfectly hi. I'm Michael Kuzi. I'm kind of a badass. I know what I'm doing. I'm not nearly as rambunctious as I might sound, and I'm not really all that upset, considering I'm over the worst of it. Okay, you try knowing that there's multiple people involved under the name AFS. Multiples. I don't know where any of them are. I wasn't supposed to know that there was more than one. I'm pretty clever, and when you love somebody over the span of time of 5 fucking years, emphasis on fucking, you can tell the difference when it's one or the other. I really could. I couldn't tell who it was because it's amazing the kind of technology they got. You've seen that Mission Impossible movie where they got the mask? In real life, it's better. I don't know how it works, but that's okay. I wasn't supposed to know it was there at all. And in the last year and a half, because these not thugs, not pigs, company men have been doing their machinations. There's a lot involved in this. Like, it is a big fucking deal. I know plenty about it. And not one questioner has come to ask me questions about it. They don't need to. They fucking know what happened. All they need to know is, how do we kill him to just shut him up? I believe they have tried. I am still alive, so I don't know. They know that there's no reasoning with me. There's no arguing with me. There's no paying me off. Fuck no. Like I would take the money. Like, forget it. No, I'd like to see my friend. Yeah, who supposedly is no contact because it's an emergency, supposedly. Now, this condition cannot go on too much longer. As you can imagine, the machinations of the federal company men are much more impressive than the locals. And no one has bothered to bring up certain issues with me in conversation. They have instead decided to stage a public divorce on YouTube where they're crying and whining about stuff or whatnot. They're doing a lot of stuff. They're making jokes. They're laughing about things. They're having little meetings on YouTube where they act like complete douchebags and they're mad at each other. Because what's happened is that the people who are usually completely insulated from anybody knowing that they're even there are now bound and wound and caught up in the justice system, which may not be very quick, but it'll get there. Okay. So they've got a fucking ticking fucking clock working on whatever their deal is. There's money involved, obviously a bunch of money that I don't know anything about. And if I were able to talk to that woman, I would be in very short order able to figure out a bunch of stuff that supposedly I'm supposedly not supposed to know. I guess I'm just a civilian or whatever the fuck. I don't know how these people handle their fucking machinations, but I guess they've taken money from a foreign power so they can let the fucking country be sold to the Chinese or I don't know, but there's fucking something. It's a big deal. And everything is perfect except, well, they're abusing me badly. They're not competent enough to run their operation, whatever the hell it is. I don't even know what they think they're doing. And word is spreading on some level. People are starting to figure out that there might be something to this, given that, here I am on the internet, calling people douchebags and they haven't shot me yet. So what's going on with that? And when's it all going to break out? Well, I don't fucking know, but I'd like to talk to my friends. There's at least 4 of them. Where are they? Are they busy? Are they washing their hair? Are they getting their nails done? Are they getting a manicure? Are they getting a mani-pedi? Are they giggling into the phone while they talk to their Totes Les friends? Hey, by the way, I'm at Totes Les now. Actually, I have been for quite some time. I noticed you never call. You just check in. Gosh, that's funny. You seem a little far away. How about other people? And then, isn't it interesting how other people that I know across the country are unable to talk to me about certain details of their personal life because their cover story doesn't match the current narrative that involves the person in Jersey being a certain configuration of family.
What'd you say your name was again? Tammy. Fuck you, Tammy.
When some of those people aren't even there and I know them and they can't talk.
What'd you say your name was again?
It's pretty surreal that they thought that would work. And then she...
What'd you say your name was again?
Isn't a very good friend at all. In fact, she's not a friend.
What'd you say your name was again?
She's certainly not my wife. Same with that other person who's been talking mad shit about me. Soda, not Pop.
Fuck you, Tammy.
That fucking Pearson. Huh. Nunya? Nunya. Yeah. I bet I know who that is.
Fuck you, Tammy.
Let's see, who else? Oddly enough, my mind is a blank. I can only dredge up 2 pieces of classified information at a time.
What'd you say your name was again? Tammy. Fuck you.
And since I don't have a security clearance or a, what's the word? Will to live other than to get this resolved, I don't really have any problem saying things that, well, I don't know for sure they're classified and I'm not engaging in espionage. This is fair use, fair use. Tell me your secret's true. I love my country and your fucking cunt too. Yeah, fair use. So I can figure things out and talk about them, no problem. In fact, the federal government has to give me the right to be protected to do that. And then they can send out their Black Ops strike team to fucking take me out. Fortunately, pretty much all those people have heard of me because I'm pretty not famous, not infamous, loathed amongst certain areas of the security concerns. Most everybody else is kind of willing to tolerate me, but let me tell you, if I started to go too far off script in my head into areas that would interfere with the cartel operations or the child trafficking operations, which, look, that's not my business. I mean, I'm glad somebody's doing something about it, but there's a lot of reasons to traffic children. Field trips, transportation from one underground railroad system to another. That's all company shit. And that kind of stuff actually needs to happen because there's lots of reasons for people to escape places. Amnesty International Go Lions. They have a long and storied history of getting people out of dangerous places. Like if I wanted to escape and hide and my life was in danger, I could call up or contact Amnesty International and they would dutifully come in and do shit. It'd be like if I were a whale, I would call Greenpeace. God, what a world we live in. Anyway, I'm pretty smart and I know these things, and everybody thought I was just some stupid, fucked off drug addict mess.
What'd you say your name was again?
Forgetting, of course, that their whole fucking lives are built around the idea that they have clandestine identities that they hide from people.
Tammy. Fuck you.
I guess they figured that was something they had a patent on.
Tammy.
And nobody else would ever do such a fucking thing.
Tammy. Tammy.
Frankly, I don't know if I tried to do it on purpose. I can't believe anybody actually thought
Tammy.
that I was
Tammy.
a drug addict.
Tammy.
And I'm certainly not now.
Tammy.
I love my country and your fucking cunt too.
Tammy.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
Tammy.
They're not allowed to get the good stuff.
Tammy. Tammy.
No, they have jobs. They work for a living.
Fuck you, Tammy.
They don't get real drugs, and they're not taught how to use them. I have a certain set of skills.
What'd you say your name was again?
I will absolutely get high once in a while,
What'd you say your name was again?
and I know how to do it lawfully.
What'd you say your name was again?
I mean,
Tammy. Tammy. Tammy.
we have the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a guarantee. Well, not really, but it's part of the general thing. I mean,
Tammy. 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 Tammy.
my happiness doesn't affect other people.
I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing.
Sure. If I were happy kidnapping girls and fucking them, hey, Jake, never apologize for who you are. I mean, I would have had to have been paid too. Not for the sex, obviously. I mean, for gas and her fuck me drugs and my fuck you drugs. Penicillin. That might be harder to sell, but I'm not actually doing that at all. I'm making a point, both as a political protest as well as a service to country. And I'm not in the military. I'm owned by the military because they know that I'm pretty valuable, given that I know things and I plan to know more things. And I'm uniquely positioned to talk about a lot of them in a way and in a fashion and with a lack of consequence that nobody else with a government job can say. I don't have a paycheck to lose. I don't have a security clearance that I promised I'd keep. I haven't made oaths that say that I won't tell things. I'm not a Mason. I'm not a member of any secret society. I do have my own lodge, but that's different. I'm the only one in it. So if you want to see me make my own lodge, it's on YouTube. I'm pretty cool, right? So I'd like to talk to my friends. There's at least 4 of them. Where are they? Are they busy? Are they washing their hair? Are they getting their nails done? Are they getting a manicure? Are they getting a mani-pedi? Are they giggling into the phone while they talk to their Totes Les friends?
Pay for every dance,
If I had my way,
selling each romance.
if I had my way,
Ooh, what to say? There will come a day when youth will pass away.
if I had my way,
What will they say about me?
burn this whole building down.
The Shirley Manson Love Fest continues.
Fuck you, Gordon.
Would you deceive me
Here's why I can't talk to any of them. They're doing their duty for job and country, whatever the hell they got going on. And rather than have one person come forward and say, oh, yeah, that's me. It was an accident. I had a panic attack. She did, because I disarmed her. She'd never been without a knife before. I don't have any concerns about what actually happened. But the narrative that has been developed since then, a year and a half ago, like this case should have been dropped by then, but it's been a year and a half and it's got all this other stuff there. And the cops down here didn't think they needed to obey the rules and they thought they had to be dead to rights and they don't. Okay, so there's been plenty of time to take that one person that I actually came home to, except I came home to 3, more on that later, and switch them around. I mean, they look the same. They got the IDs are in charge of in the computer. It's a matter of simple keystrokes to move them around. They tell one person, okay, you say that this happened, and then they take another person and they shoot them up with hypnotic drugs and then have the other one play the script for them. And then that one thinks it actually happened to them because that's how hypnotic drugs work. And then they have another one for backup, probably as a some kind of handler. And so this makes all those people pretty damn unable to talk to me, given that I remember exactly what happened. I walked into the door and there was a woman standing there, and she immediately began to run a program where she walked mechanically to the fridge, opened it up, pulled out 3 glass sheet pans full of lasagna, threw them to the ground, shouted out 3 questions, and pulled a knife and screamed. This is there's a tape recording of this. There's phones. Hello, phones have microphones. The house is supposedly wired for sound and video. I don't know who actually does have the surveillance, but right now, as I'm saying this to you, there are thuggy piggy spooks. Actually, maybe not pigs. Thuggy spooks, certainly. Thuggy company spooks. Thuggy drama spooks. And by the way, the dropping community and YouTube, you fuckers have dropped the ball. You all suck. You're the worst fucking people I've ever heard of in my life. Well, that's not true. Anyway, this is game face on. This is a big deal. I'm not allowed to talk to somebody that I haven't fucking talked to in a year and a half because it's an emergency. I'm pretty sure that person would like to talk to me if they're even still alive. And the other people, I'm not sure why they're not talking to me, except they've been probably paid off or threatened or something. I know that one of them, she keeps on checking in with me. She doesn't fucking talk a goddamn sentence in her fucking life. She'll check in though, and she'll act like, she said this one. She said, "Did you really smoke meth on camera? That just broke my heart." Okay. Number one, why are people making rumors about what I do on camera? Number two, how would they know the difference between meth and something else? There's all sorts of shit that a person can smoke. But no, it's got to be the one that gives you 20 years to life. Okay. And then this is the best part. She says that it broke her heart. Well, I don't know why it would, since she's a heroin addict. And then looks pretty relapsed to me. And she doesn't talk to me about shit. And why the fuck this woman has any kind of overage in my life probably has a lot to do with what her real identity is, which I don't really care at the moment. There's bigger things going on. There's a truck that's no longer here. It's come to find out there's another truck that somebody had. The way that I got the truck was kind of weird. There's all these inconsistencies, logical ones thereof. And the main problem is I don't know where my friends are, and everybody can't talk to me. I can't go out in the world and make a new friend and say, "Hey, guess what's up? This is what I got going on today." That's a little bit. It has a chilling effect. Okay. And I've been dealing with this situation for years. It's not like Julian Assange. It's worse. Well, maybe not. I'm not in an embassy. I'm not in an embassy putting my poop on the walls. I'm in an embassy where somebody else put poop on the walls and they didn't clean off the wall very well. This place is fucked. It's toxic. The well is poisoned. There's water on the property. I'm sitting on top of a house that's built on top of a mining tail, or mining waste, when they were chopping a hole through the rock to build a road. They dumped all the mining tailings, and those are typically contaminated with a lot of chemicals. That's where my water comes from. I didn't know a lot of things about this place when I got here, and it was not exactly anything other than something I was forced to get because of the nature of the COVID and the real estate market and the fact that everybody in my life, every single person, is involved in this entire fucking operation. It's not really all that implausible to believe, considering I didn't think that these people would be so monumentally stupid as to underestimate me to this degree. Like, I guess they figured they just fucking had the best day of fishing in their life, where the fish were jumping out of the boat into the nets. Got the big whale. We got it. They actually threw me out of my house on Christmas Eve and lived here for the next 3.5 months, not doing any fucking housework, I'll tell you that. I finally got back here in April, and it was much the same as it was when I left. In fact, there's dishes on the counter that were there in November. December didn't do a lot. There's some weird stuff going on in December, given that they were planning on doing all this. And the woman that I lived with, briefly for 6 weeks, one of many, there were a number of women who looked like her. And when I got back here for the civil standby in January, there was a different woman here that I don't see often, pretended to be AFS. Her child was there, but it wasn't her child. It was her girlfriend. Or was it her daughter? Or was it somebody else? I don't know, but it was the one that looks like a girl. One of them's a boy, another one's a girl. Is that her daughter? Is that her girlfriend? I don't know. She looks pretty mature. Haven't seen her. I believe she'd like to see me, actually. I think I'd love to have a conversation with a number of these people. And I have no recourse other than to get on my little YouTube show and tell you what's going on about the Men in Black and their content delivery network. This is an abomination. I shouldn't have to tell anybody this. And everybody involved in this little operation should have figured out by now that leaving me alone and fucked off and with no friends and no one to talk to, and every single communication that I have monitored, it's a little bit frustrating, given that I don't give a fuck what they're doing. Like, all they had to do was tell me in the first place, just fucking read me what they're doing. But apparently they didn't want to tell any secrets outside the club. I understand. I mean, the Manhattan Project worked that way. It had very strict secrecy rules, and those have been proven to work. And in a situation like this, where a loose cannon like me, because obviously I know a few things, and the more information I have at my disposal, the more dangerous I am. At this point, I'm fairly confident that anybody listening to this can tell that I'm on edge. And if everything I'm saying is true, I guess I am kind of a concern to whatever kind of thing that they're trying to keep under wraps. However, whatever they're trying to keep under wraps has gone so far as to include a public messy divorce complaints fight in fucking YouTube in the comments. So I don't think we're in fucking emergency conditions of national security unless they're really that sloppy, which they very well could be. Now, I don't really give a shit about any of this. Truly. I mean, I'm not working for the CIA. I never have. I've never been a law enforcement officer. Really just a stupid, fat, retarded kid. Yeah, that's me. I'm an idiot. Probably a schizo. Do you think I might be bipolar? These people have been insulting me on their stupid website for over a decade. There's people I went to school with who didn't like me then. They still don't like me now. They've been itching for years to take advantage of me. And they thought they did. In a way, it's flattering. However, somebody has pushed this way too far. Okay? They've hired an actor who doesn't look anything like me, and people think that he's me because they don't know what a picture of me looks like. Where's it? Who's going to look me up? Nobody remembers me anymore. And if they do look me up, they've been bought off, killed, or something, or neutralized in some way or another. Not one goddamn person who's unaware of what's going on is willing to become aware. Why does treason never prosper? Because if it prospers, it's not treason. Now, once again, I'm not really upset about this, but it does seem ludicrous that I have to be alone in a poisoned house. I would like to shower more often. The clothes washer uses the water from the well. There's chemicals in it. The clothes dryer is broken, so won't be doing much of that. I was here fucked off and alone for 6 months while some brilliant tactician decided to take my truck, although it was really somebody else's truck. Somebody who lives in the neighborhood. They sold it to me to launder the money out. It's all just one big. It's a soundstage. Okay, I know this. I've been paying attention. I don't even mind that they're doing it. It's not like it's illegal. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But I wasn't worried about being defrauded at all, considering I felt like I was lucky to be alive after some of my experiences, especially since when I came home, the woman who was here, who was trying to have a fucking super fit with me, she could have easily killed me. She didn't. I'm glad. I don't know if she's alive now. There was 3 women there that night that I don't have any doubts were discrete individual human people and bodies, and I haven't seen any of them since. All of them are property of the military, kind of like me. And so I don't really want to break up with the one that I like when I only like one of them really that much, or maybe 2. I don't know. I'd like to talk to them. And instead of giving me any kind of information that makes any goddamn sense, they've just simply watched me and taunted me and mocked me and pissed off each other enough that now there's some sort of big fucking fight brewing. It's Wimbledon 2024. This is reality, people. I'm making it sound a little bad. It's actually a lot of fun. However, I don't like being alone. So should I buy a whore? No, I don't think so. I don't want to buy a whore. I don't want a whore. I'd like my friends. Yeah, and then if they're dead, I'd like to be able to mourn them. I'd like to be able to grieve. If they're being held captive by some fucking megalomaniac fucking idiot, well, you know, maybe somebody should look into that instead of whatever the fuck they're doing. Because whatever they're doing, it has put me a little bit on edge. Okay? A little bit. Just a skosh. So, I was going to put some other stuff on. I found a video. I watch a lot of videos, as you can imagine. By the way, bandwidth is getting expensive. If you're out there and you can help at all, I'm going to figure out a way to get you a way to give me money, which is going to be difficult considering they hacked my PayPal. Can't log into that. Didn't have any money in it anyway, but they were probably using it for the person who's impostering me. Probably there's somebody pretending to be Michael Kuzi right now, running around with a PayPal account. Yeah, I've heard that there's an imposter pretending to be me on their little website, asgab.co.za. You know the one. Courtesy of Dr. Everything Will Be All Right. By the way, where's Dr. MDMD? Oh yeah, he's busy. These people are scarce. These people have ducked and covered, and they have left me sitting out here holding the bag. And instead of helping in any way, instead of easing my concerns, they have openly, publicly insulted me repeatedly. It's not really an insult because I can't imagine anybody believes them. It's all in good fun, right? Hee hee, mirth is king. Fuck you, motherfucker. There is a psychological additive effect of being called a fucking schizo in public over and over and over and over. Yeah. It's made me a bit numb emotionally. I'm still aware that the words have power and they can hurt people. But I care less than I used to about that kind of thing. The guy who runs that site, I used to have a fairly cordial relationship with him, although he was fucking lying his ass off the whole time. And there used to be more than one of him too. Lately, I don't get to talk to him much at all, and he doesn't do his little podcast. If he does, I don't get to see it, and I don't see anybody commenting on what I'm doing. I don't see anybody doing much of anything about it. It may not even be visible anywhere. I might have to put it on Rumble. Meanwhile, we've got fucking Phil Godlewski, right? 47,000 comments in an overnight. Wow, that's a lot of traffic. Gosh, I wonder if they might have an opinion on what's going on here. Well, actually, I imagine some of them do have an opinion what's going on here because it's pretty fucking interesting. And every single person who's smart enough to be in that channel knows not to get involved because this is turning into a fucking personal spat fest. And I wouldn't want to get involved either. I mean, for example, I haven't asked anybody for any help until just now. I just said, hey, bandwidth is expensive. I'm going to try and figure out a way to get money to me. That can be difficult. Historically, a lot of people in this particular situation, unwilling activist, have had difficulty getting money in because when one is surrounded by company thugs who thieve, typically getting money in from the outside world is difficult because here's how the company works. They can break any law and they can buy classified technology from the depot, the quartermaster, but they don't get a paycheck. They're expected to glean off the environment. They're supposed to run their little scams and steal from the public. They're literally expected to steal from the public. Yeah, that in case you didn't know how a block budget works, it means if they had to pay the milkman, so they had to kill the newspaper boy. No shit, that is how the company works. That's probably why it's not going to fucking last much longer, right? And I would imagine that a number of these people are quite disappointed in their lives, but they're not really in a position where they can get out and whistleblow on themselves. Hey, I just had to kill the milkman because he came over to fuck my wife and he wouldn't give me any money, so I killed them both. Well, I don't know if that actually happens today. It's a fucking mess. And whoever's in charge of the fucking thing, they are way out of their depth. For one thing, they haven't noticed that they have a Hungarian being held captive. Did you ever see King Kong? Do you remember at the end when they put the gorilla in the fucking, this is the 1980 movie. They put him in this big cage and they roll him out on stage and they're gonna show it to people. And they figured they're gonna chain him up in a steel box. And wonder of wonders, the fucking monkey breaks out. Hi, I'm not a monkey. I'm a monk. I'm a lot of things. I'm dreadfully intelligent. And I don't really want to say this so much, but I wouldn't mind just breaking up with the woman and moving on to another relationship, right? Probably the other ones who are hiding their identities probably have talked to me on a number of occasions, not being able to say who they are, because that's how things work when you're clandestine. You don't whisper to your lover what your real name is, because then you're not clandestine. It's a very strict policy, and I admire it. So I don't expect anything like that to happen. But when I find out that I'm not allowed to even have a conversation on the phone with the woman I've been bumping boots with for 5 years, so that she can tell me, yes, I really don't want to be with you anymore. I'm very happy living in seclusion so I can testify. Like whatever the fuck. That's a big red flag. Big time. It kind of really distracts me from anything else that I might be doing. I kind of wonder, I wonder what she's doing. Is she being held captive somewhere? Well, I fucking am. And before I moved here in November of 2021, in summer of 2021, I have it on good authority, that being, I fucking talked to her. She said that she was in the exact same position here. She wasn't left with a car. She was being pushed around by men who raped her. She's kind of a pussy. I guess that happens when you get brutally raped by a guy who fucking marries you in Texas when you don't realize what the fucking laws are and he rapes you on your fucking wedding night. I don't know who those people are. Maybe some of you can fill in the gaps, but you'll probably be wrong. That's the story I heard from her. Okay. Whatever the reality is, it's definitely being managed, since the purpose of the drama community is to relive and reenact certain events in time so that they can be used to discuss things. It's kind of like a laundry game for massaging data so that there's not a direct line of paper from one place to another. I know about all this because I pay attention, right? I don't have a security clearance or anything to fucking lose. So here I am talking about it on YouTube. And when I say on YouTube, I mean I'm standing in my house. The file's going to get uploaded, and it's going to show up on YouTube, and I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to say, oh, yeah, there it is. And that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that it gets anywhere. Fuck, I'm pretty good at this, and I've got 138 subscribers. Wow, that's a lot. So apparently my show doesn't get much circulation. People don't pass it along or anything. Well, I haven't really tried to get off of the YouTube tit, and I didn't really think I had to make a big promo deal of putting the story out there, because frankly, a lot of this stuff is embarrassing, and I love my country. Most of my countrymen I also love. Well, I love them all, even the stupid ones, of which there seem to be a significantly large percentage of hanging around here. Okay? There's a whole bunch of money that they're fighting over. There's people that I haven't seen in ever, and people who used to call me all the time, laughing and giggling and trying to do their little machinations where they get me to say one thing and they use it later to play it for somebody else and scare them. I literally had a woman fucking thinking that she was going to be going out with me. She wasn't. She was apparently thinking that I was. I don't know why. And somehow she was shown a video or a tape or a recording of me doing something that didn't at all indicate what might have been. And then she got up and ran from the computer. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay. It's designed that way. It's a disassociation from reality. I've been isolated from pretty much everybody for a long time. My phone doesn't work right. I got 4 of the fucking things. It's not bad if it works. Okay? But the most recent thing is that I'm not allowed to talk to people. The phone wasn't getting any calls at all. And then suddenly I started getting calls. Calls from numbers that I don't recognize. And when I call them back, they're either dead or busy or some kind of weird answering machine thing. Like, it's just not normal at all. And everybody that I have talked to in the past, when I call their numbers, I don't get them. I get this guy. I'm not going to tell you his name, but there's a guy who's in charge of me 24/7. You know, it's not that hard to do. If you want to keep your eye on somebody and make sure he doesn't get a call out, well, when I pick up the phone, who do you think gets the answer? I mean, it doesn't go directly there. It goes to the caretaker group. I called 911 months ago. I wanted to talk to them about a stolen truck, because it was. And the reason why I did that at that time was I was just on the internet in a live chat, and somebody who was involved made one too many goddamn smarmy ass fucking jokes. He remembers. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to call the police. I called the police by dialing 911. I didn't get 911. I got a direct line to some guy answering the phone saying, hey, what do you want? Like, no shit. He was lackadaisical. He was not a law enforcement professional. And he didn't do shit. I told him, hey, I want to report a truck stolen. And he rapidly figured out that he wasn't going to handle that. He just said, I'll have a deputy to call you in the morning. Click. He hung up on me. I called 911. He hung up on me. The reason why is because everybody down here knows what the fucking deal was. It really wasn't my truck. And a lot of these people are fucking so stupid they don't understand how the law works. They didn't think it was really mine to buy, and I didn't have money to get it, and there was some kind of shenanigan or whatever. And they were told, I don't know what it took by their commanding douchebag officer or whatever, to give everyone the impression that they didn't have to take care of me in a reasonable way. And frankly, they don't. I'm pretty special. Since then, there's been other events that have led me to believe that, well, you know, I just don't think that the locals are really all that fond of me. Mostly because I was supposed to be dead by now, and I didn't even want to be here this long. This place is supposed to be like a Roach Motel, except with a revolving door. Perps check in thinking they got the deal of a lifetime, and then they check out into jail and they confiscate the house and all our belongings. Right? Reset! Come in, go out. That's how they make it. It's a turnkey operation, turnstile way of making money, and that's how the cops work. That's how they do. They're supposed to. Fuck, they got a hard job. They don't get paid that much money for getting shot at and being dicks. And down here in the land of the Six Rivers, they own the place. I love this place, and I'm sure the police are very respectful to people who were born here. But given that I got a funny name and I've got a thug company media strike team courtesy of Mockingbird second in command, he's pretty cool. Yeah, they don't need to treat me the same way as they treat everybody else. They don't, and they don't have to. In fact, this whole place is military jurisdiction. It's martial law. This case is big. Like, it's not just the chick went to fucking out of state for a business trip. Like, there's plenty more stuff. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not saying my life is in danger. It was before with a different situation entirely. And now my life isn't really in danger because, for one thing, I don't have anything to fucking live for. They probably killed her anyway. Or she stroked out in the back parking lot during the arrest event during Christmas Eve. And most importantly, nobody other than thug spooks and local county deputies have had any conversation with me at all. No counseling, no oversight, no friends that I've talked to before who undoubtedly know there's something going on, and they know the deal too. They're not going to expose themselves. I don't want them to. This place is a fucking powder keg. So, in the midst of this, I don't particularly care to enjoy watching people argue about stupid bullshit when they wouldn't have to fucking do much of anything to set my mind at ease in a number of ways. And since they're not willing to, or they can't, and they're starting to get caught up in the system, I can tell you what's going on. There's a bunch of shit happening that they can't tell me about, because if they did, they have no guarantee that I wouldn't just pick up the loaf of bread and start following the breadcrumbs back to the anthill. Technically, I might have to, given that I'm a citizen and I love my country, and I don't know what the fuck these people have been doing, but it is not kosher, let us say. By the way, go Jews. I don't mean go away. I mean earlier, somebody who I used to be in a sexual relationship with 13 years ago, who's been haunting my life ever since on some levels. She's hovering around. She's one of these people who's getting on the YouTube and having little story times and talking shit and saying things like, "Oh, Jack, you're off your meds," all that kind of fucking humiliating, nauseating company bullshit. Should I say your name again? Because I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't hate you, but the love that I have for you is not strong enough to compel me to be remaining silent when you're behaving this way. Oh, and she stole a sapphire from me. Bad idea. She probably didn't know I was a sorcerer. She didn't really get to know me that well. She just figured she'd do her little thing and then dump me off, teach me a lesson. Yeah, you taught me a lesson, all right. So, for whatever reason, I know a lot about spooks and clandestines. A friend of mine doesn't like spook. I can see why, since, well, some of them are dead now. That happens. I have lots more to talk about. Lots more to talk about. There's a whole bunch of ancillary issues that are strictly personal to me that really don't involve national security, and probably they're way more important and much more numerous than whatever is actually really important. But considering that I've been accused by the prosecution of assaulting a woman who's actually a covert military asset and a Native American, who supposedly made statements that I hit her, I tried to kill her, I choked her with both hands. No, I didn't do any of those things, but I'll tell you what did happen. Later on, they reenacted the entire scenario. Both hands, right? They took me in. It took a while. They didn't anticipate that. And they made another fake event so they could film that, so they could cover up the sound and video records of what happened here on Christmas Eve, so they could cover up the fact of what they're doing to me. Because I know this and I'm smart enough to have, basically by the grace of God, I'm still around and they can't get rid of me that easily. I know how they do these things. I know why things are done the way they are. When I heard her say her little code words, I was looking at her face when she called 9/11. She wasn't fucking afraid I was trying to kill her. She was upset because, God, there were four women here that night. 4. Which of them were personality alters and which of them were actual individual humans? I don't know. But the police know those records are theirs. They don't share them. They're not in any hurry to make things happen. Yesterday, I was supposed to talk to my new lawyer because the old one quit his job and ran and got caught and is now being charged. I know a lot about what's going on, and I don't mind talking about what's going on, given that it's very irregular. There's no witness tampering here. No, this is not a desperate plea, but it is an announcement that some more oversight is required in the situation, because now they're going to make, well, they were a fake series of arguments on the internet in public so that they could claim that somebody's getting a divorce so they could do so and so. Probably because they need a place to put the money that isn't the person who currently has it, who's all too happy to get high as fuck and laugh at me and not talk to me, thinking that she's fucking owed a fucking living because she's a woman. She probably is. She's probably been really put through a lot of abuse. And I don't actually begrudge her being around at all, but I don't really care for the lifestyle where she fucking laughs at me and fucking mocks me and fucking has any fucking say over my life whatsoever. Because she's not very good at it. She's mean, she's cruel, she's delusional, she's a fucking heroin addict, and she's relapsed. And this woman is the one checking in on me. Like, this is bullshit. I'm not just going to wait until somebody figures it out. I'm talking about it. Yeah. You should hear this other video that I saw on the YouTube. The divination community on YouTube might be bigger than the drama community. And the divination community has been agog with the things that have happened. There are things happening that they can see in different timelines, as well as Looking Glass can see it. That's a little classified project. Have you heard of it?
Fuck you, Tammy.
I've been looking forward to this actually quite some time. Sir, you know who I mean. You must know her. There's no doubt she met you, given circumstances being what they are, and the brilliant casting choices there, and the story itself. And I wish to say thank you. She deserves all the attention in the world, and that's precisely the kind of attention that she needs, especially now. And I don't know if she ever mentioned me to you. She probably didn't. Well, you know, it's up in the air. But I wanted to let you know that I wish to let you know. I definitely want to when I was first told that I was clout chasing, I didn't know what the fuck that meant. I was talking to dude, you know, yeah. I'm not gonna say your name. I can say his name. I'll say my name. Michael Clifford Cousy. She never mentioned me, huh? No. She might have. I don't know. And if you're half the man I think you are, I'm sure you probably figured it out, whether she told you or not. I want to let you know, she's not nice. She's not nice to me at all. Okay? And here's why. She was mistaken. Big time. She got played huge. She never bothered to ask me any questions about something very important that happened between us. She never checked on the details. And by the time she found that out, 25 years had passed. Oops. Oh, an error. She was under the impression that I was a really bad person. I'm not, actually. Let's talk about your fucking cover story. She apparently told the whole goddamn world all kinds of shit. I don't know if they're rumors or if it's the backup story, or I don't know. These people. By the time I got to the place where they were discussing her at all, several years had passed, right? I can't fucking believe it. How fucking stupid can... Oh, yeah, that's right. They're spooks and they're all addicted to drugs. So the upshot of this is that I didn't know there was clout to chase. Okay. I was doing something else entirely, and I thought it was something, minimal. Turns out here I am rubbing shoulders with prime D-bag number 2, right? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he flips out and says, "You're clout chasing." He fucking takes my phone offline. Everybody I call goes to like busy signal. Nobody can get through to me. I can't get through to anybody else. And then he pulls a presto changeo and swaps somebody around. And suddenly they're all talking to other people, and I'm like completely fucked off and alone, 120 miles away from where they are. And none of them liked me anyway, because obviously they knew that I wasn't going to work out, because unlike her, they bothered to do some due diligence and discovered, oh, this is just some guy that she's been taking advantage of with the story. Yeah, I finally track her down online. I finally get her to have a discussion with me, like instant messaging. And I say to her, "Hey, why did you break up with me?" And this is what she says to me. She says that I broke up with her because she was gay. Sir, I did not break up with her. How could anyone break up with her? Oh, wait. Well, she wasn't that bad before, but I definitely didn't break up with her. Had I known certain things, I might have broken up with her, but I would have had a discussion about it. She didn't tell me that she was breaking up with me. She had it all planned out in various ways, and then I didn't discover until her birthday, 1989. She maneuvers me to a position where I'm on her bed. I'm crying. She's still not saying a goddamn word, and it's fucked up, right? She's standing there looking at me, and I'm crying, and I'm not a complete idiot. She was the first. She was the first girlfriend I ever had. She forgot that she had done this, apparently, because it was a traumatic thing, I guess, or she was just that disingenuous. But I asked her, "Hey, why'd you break up with me?" And she says, "You broke up with me because you hated my gay." And then I said, "Nuh-uh, you maneuvered me to your bedroom and you deliberately stared at me and watched me cry on December 19th, 1989. And I asked you, why are you doing this?" And she wouldn't say. And I was crying, not because I was going to miss her so much. I was pretty sure I was going to see her again. I was crying because she had no fucking idea what she was doing. She was being trafficked, and she was being manipulated, and people were telling her various things that weren't true. And they were doing this in a way so as to make sure that I never, ever, ever would ever want to talk to her again. Well, they're fucking dumbasses because I know love when I see it. They forgot to mention to her that at some point I was going to talk to her and say, "Hey, how did you know you never told me why you broke up with me?" Technically speaking, she never actually did break up with me. Similar kind of thing happened later on. I don't know if this is a particular aspect of her personality or her genome that has been expressed. The whole breaking up with you without saying a word thing, or if that's just something they taught her at Quantico or whatever the fuck. But she did it wrong this time. Because I think she's fine. I think she's delightful. Hopefully she doesn't cry too much when she hears this. Yeah, because I'm, hello? Is this Oregon? No, I'm close to Oregon, but I'm not Oregon. And I'm not clout chesting at all. She had some kind of fucking deal, and she had me talking to this guy, and this guy flipped out because I guess I pushed him too far. I thought the whole thing was a fucking joke. I still do. Okay? So that's when I first heard of clout chasing. Now I know what that is. I didn't know what clout chasing was, and I figure that since he and him and her and her, whatever the fuck, whoever the fuck these people were, one of them was her in the background. She wasn't even admitting that she was alive, and I wasn't asking about her. I mentioned her name, and the person I was talking to just like blanked it as if it wasn't there. Right? It was the dumbest thing in the world, and they all thought I was a stupid, knocked off drug addict, so they just thought I was an idiot. Or that I blanked it out, or whatever. They didn't care. They were having the time of their life. They've been waiting for it too. I was waiting better, and I was never chasing clout, and I'm still not. But since they were really convinced that I was, they must have been in denial about how they were clout chasing. Sorry, you're really cool, but I'm not not desperate for your attention. Thank you for letting me use your audio. Wow, that was a really good show. It really was. And I loved it, watching it with the other one. And funny, we never talked about it or anything. And then when I asked her about movies, one time I said to her, "Excuse me, well, I didn't say excuse me. We were dating, but it was kind of strange because she wouldn't answer any goddamn questions. To this day, I don't know which one it was. And I said to her, "Could you describe to me the plot of the movie Any Which Way You Can, starring Clint Eastwood and an orangutan?" And she. God, I'll never forget. She just like stops dead beat for like a minute and a half, or second and a half, and she says no, and then pivot turns and leaves the room. Which, I mean, I don't know if I could answer the question either on a thing like that, but I had never really figured out what the hell that movie was about. Any Which Way You Can. What the fuck is that movie about? Oh, well, I know now. After 5 years of this broad. Oh, God. And to this day, I still don't know if I've seen the real one. I haven't seen her in 9 years. Last time I saw her, we had breakfast. She ran out of the room. Was that your soundstage, by the way? I could tell I was on a soundstage. I walked in and I'm like, oh, look, a whole bunch of people pretending they're not looking at me. Oh, she wants me to sit in the middle of the goddamn room. Uh-huh. What's that sense people have when they can tell they're on camera? Yeah, she fucking leads me into this. Well, anyway, I hope I didn't ruin anything for you. I wouldn't have been, well, let's just say she didn't sell it real well. She wasn't into it. So I don't think she was clout chasing either. I think that man and the other woman, I think they're the clout chasers. I think they fucked her over. Big time. Do you know KMM? I bet you do. Do you know Ms. Mouse? I bet you do. I bet those are the clout chasers. Okay? These fucking people have made my life a living, miserable fucking hell. Kirsten, you aren't worth a squirt of piss compared to Tammy. I was hearing you sing at the goddamn Winco. I saw you walk right past me. I mean, I assume that you noticed that I wasn't falling all over myself to see you again. And I assumed that you were there for one reason and one reason only. And I figured that if I didn't react at all, and I used sorcery to hide my intent from you, you would just walk on by and just forget all about whatever the fuck you were thinking. Yeah, I could hear you. I heard you clear as a bell. And I wanted to go over there and say stuff, but I thought it best to just let sleeping dogs lie. I mean, it is what it is. And the notion that you have been hovering over my life for years after stealing the sapphire and pulling all the shit that you did before and since and acting like you have any kind of fucking say over my life at all. Woman, it doesn't matter what species you are. You are a disgusting, no talent, low class, medium tolerability, medium low palatability individual. You're not a nice person by far worse than Tammy. I wouldn't stop the car to let her out to beat you up because I wouldn't want her to see me be as contemptuous as I would be. Honestly, I can't imagine. I remember, oh, you speak German. Oh, do you know this person? No. What? Fuck you, Kirsten. That was low. That was sleazy. And the notion that I'm here in this fucking house and you're still running around running your fucking game, acting like you're not. I don't want you anywhere near my family, if I ever had one. I don't think you should be getting a paycheck. You are a whore, but nevertheless, you don't deserve money. They should pay you in salt. The dirty kind. I don't even know what to say to you. But that was pretty good. Thanks.
All right. War.
I start doing this thing. I've been doing this thing off and on for, 3 years on the internet. Yeah, here's my little show. They never talk about it. They never fucking say a fucking word. They don't give me any feedback. They tried to take down my channels. They fucking put me in jail on goddamn Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, they send a takedown notice to YouTube, or else they just hire one of their fucking flunkies to fucking do it for them. One of my 3 YouTube channels disappears on Christmas Day, the day after they put me in jail after a fake fight. And this is supposed to be a fucking what? That's not supposed to be prima facie evidence of a conspiracy? Like, duh. Now, had I hired a lawyer and tried to get something done on that, probably wouldn't have gotten very far. And I don't really expect you to do anything about it, sir. Not at all. This is not help that I'm asking for. Help! No. But I did want to show these primitive douchebags what real clout chasing would be, because that's this. Yeah. Hi. Thanks again very much for your work over the years. It's been great. My friend Joe, he was on Coast to Coast the other day. I'm sure you know. Well, maybe you didn't. Yeah, I went to high school with them. Did they tell you about how awesome I am? No. Why? Because they're envious tiny little people with small little pea brains because they've been abusing drugs since they were fucking 14. Yeah. Hi. Thanks.
The Shirley Manson Incineration Fest continues.
Y'all ready? How's that? That seems okay. Alright.
I've never been the piano player in a band before.
Take me now, baby, here as I am. Pull me close, try and understand. Desire is a hunger, it's the fire I breathe. Love is a banquet on which we feed. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel when I'm in your hands. Take my hand, come undercover. They can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Have I doubts when I'm alone? Love is a ring, the telephone. Love is an angel disguised as lust. Here in our bedroom till the morning comes. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel under your command. Take my hand as the sun descends. They can't touch you now, can't touch you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to
What do you want? What do you want? You want an advisory position, grade 10? Huh? I can arrange that in Denver.
Sensitive Operations Unit.
What do you want?
People know. You can't kill all of us. People know.
I can either help you, or I can send you back to your ancestors. Now, which way is it going to be? Huh? Come on, let's get out of here. Ray!
At the river mouth, the narcissists gather to harvest the tastiest morsels of human souls. With their suffering and their agonized cries of disgust at the loathsome sight these fucking morons give to us. It's vile. It's vile. I'm going to show you.
Hoof restoration. There's an ASMR channel on hoof restoration. Okay. You know, a long time ago, I don't know if you guys remember connective tissue. I have a feeling connective tissue is still around.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. It's probably my connection to the YouTube force.
Well, once they figured out that you're a fucking rapist, fucking murderer,
connective tissue is always
they
trying
kind
to
of
get me
wanted
to
to fucking
ASMR,
distance
and I just
themselves
couldn't wrap my head around doing it. Like, how do you do it? Oh, it's not
Rape
that
and murder?
easy. Or
I
it's not that
imagine
hard. It's
you
really
have
easy.
sex with them and then you choke them
And
out. How else would you do it?
I don't know. I just never grasped onto it.
I bet you didn't.
Well, I'm sure the horses love it too. I think some people around here need a hoof restoration.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
If you don't mention names, they just guess on who you're talking about.
They ran a train on her. They took her to Oklahoma and they put her in
I
a hotel
emailed
room.
connective
They
tissue
got her all high
about a
as
month
fuck.
ago just to
And
see.
she's
There's
in
a lot
the
of
hotel
people we're
room and all of a
missing.
sudden, surprise! Like 8 or 9 guys come boiling out of the fucking door and they fucking keep on having her sex. They get her all railed up on fuck me drugs.
Missing
I
Penguin,
heard about this.
JC,
I wasn't there.
2407,
And,
we're
she didn't talk
missing,
about it. But they ran a train on her.
Half pint.
A train on her. And I don't know which one, but let's put it this way. There was more than one.
And some other people that are having.
I don't know how many went down there. I don't know how many. I don't know what the fuck they did. I have no idea. But they did all this stuff, up to and including running a fucking train on her. I heard they taped it and then showed it to her later. I heard. Yeah, listen to them laugh.
Maybe not.
I heard a whole bunch of shit, and these fucking pathetic douchebags have had the fucking gall, the unmitigated gall to blame me for anything when I'm not any part of their fucking thing. I'm not a fucking traitor. I'm not in their fucking way. If I had any idea what they were doing, I probably would have fucking agreed. One of them was a real pain in the ass. I bet they had goddamn good reason for wanting to do that to her, because one of them was so fucking stupid she thought she was going to go there and fucking make up a fake case against the fucking, well, let's just say he's a powerful man. And so, you know, it's up to them. They're all fucking spooks. They got their own way of fucking doing spooky fucking business. She's a fucking member of a tribe that fucking rapes each other for fun as well as education. So I was pretty tired of that one. But the fact that they knew that there's more than one of her, and they knew where they were, and they knew what they were doing, and they used my phone and my network after they compromised it by talking her into getting a fucking phone. She's so fucking stupid. They weren't all that smart. They did terrible things to a woman, and more than just one woman, and then they're fucking blaming me. They're literally blaming me. At all. They don't help. They don't do anything other than be fucking pathetic, fucking whiny douchebags. It's disgusting.
The mind and the heart. It just happens to come in a nicely attractive visual package, and that also is okay.
Get a good listen. This is the voice of evil.
Scott Judge, I do not.
Do you hear it? I have seen this man.
Be well, pouty face, and don't come in here and lie.
This guy is not.
Don't come here and disparage me with 17 people in here witnessing my every move.
Listen to him. Plus, this combined with what he was saying before, as well as the things that I said to him on several occasions, he knows my point.
I'm the only one that can kick you out of this channel.
Fucking kick me out, fine. Go ahead, do it. I don't give a shit. What the fuck? Do you think I come into your channel to find out shit? I don't spy on you. I don't care what you fucking do. I know what you do. You're a bunch of fucking stupid douchebags.
Stop the game to
do whatever the fuck it takes to get your black op fucking objective done. But I'm not saying I deserve special treatment. I'm just saying I know you can do better. You're a fucking sadist and you torture people because it's fun for you. You're a fucking liar. You have no sense of proportion or honor. You're a drug addict. You fucking complain about other people and what they do without even wondering what the fuck the fucking Constitution says. Fuck you, man. Prohibition. The Catholics got a fucking free pass for fucking buying and selling wine. And then why is it that you think that my rights don't count? Why is it that you think you have special rights but mine don't count? How is it that you have special rights and we gotta fucking obey you, but I don't? How is that, by the way?
He's busy killing enemies. He won't kill a chicken. See?
He's pretending he can't hear me, but he can.
You mean he's not advanced enough to game one-handed and eat? Amateur.
Right. Well.
I get it. You gotta, yeah. I mean, you gotta finish up.
Only on ball grab.
And if you do, I won't say it. Oh God. I don't think you would. Chicken was right. See,
I want to know what I did compared to what she did to get a train run.
How spicy are we talking?
Like, if there's something I must have done that this guy makes, this guy thinks that is okay. There must be some story that he knows that makes him think that it's perfectly all right to treat me this way.
She's telling me I could boot her.
Like, why does he enjoy it?
She's into.
And then why is he calling me a she? And why does he continually confuse me with the people who are impersonating me? There's somebody out there running around acting like they're Michael Kuzi. They look like me, they type like me, they paste my content. They are stealing my identity, my life, my work, everything. They've taken everything and they laugh about it.
Is it?
And they've very nearly done it the fucking thing. Like, I don't know what the fuck they do behind the scenes to make that happen. They are hell bent on erasing me.
6 words?
I doubt that they would have to kill me completely. I mean, once they erase a person, the great thing is they bring it back to life. Oh, we're so generous. We bring you back to life. Here, have a company credit card and have a new identity, and then be our fucking little fucking bitch slave and do shit for us. Yeah, it's so funny. I don't think they do that to me, but like they could do that. But they're really enjoying. They're really enjoying fucking off my life.
No, never.
My house has been ransacked.
Nope.
Every personal relationship I have has been destroyed. And people who have known me for a long time, who know that this is bullshit, are actively afraid of talking to me for fear of getting caught up with these fucking dudes. They have done things that I can't even imagine how bad they've done.
Clouds.
Considering that, well, you remember Art Bell? Most people don't. That's why. These people. You ever heard of those economic hitmen that get sent to other countries to destabilize their currency and crash their economies? That's what these people do, except these people do it with their dicks. They have fuck me drugs that they blow in women's faces, and it makes them fall all over themselves in love with some fucking guy because they're programmed that way. That shit, that technology exists. Yeah, they have access to that. They have powers you can't dream of, and they use them to be thuggy, pissy, puggy little fucking bullies. And they very nearly tossed the country away. That's Belgab. That's where I've been for 13 years. So I can see why she didn't tell me that she was there.
No, Evelyn, you know those 2 words.
She probably thought that she was protecting me. I don't know. Who knows? She was insane.
I tell you what, there's some people that are going to be qualifying soon for those 2 words, so they don't just.
I got a guy on YouTube. He left a message on one of my comments that says,
Hey, Angie, what's up?
"You're insane. Hurry up and go to Western State Hospital," because he wanted me out of this house and he wanted to live in it. He wanted to live here with people that I knew who he thought he had more right to than me, and he considered them to be property and me to be an annoying thing that he wanted to get rid of.
Bible quotes.
And he did for a while.
A lot of misplaced love.
And then because he didn't know the fine print,
broken hearts. Where do broken hearts go?
Got kicked out and
Do they
has
find
had
their way
problems.
out?
I don't think that's this one. Maybe it is. I don't know. They all hide each other. They should. I mean, it's well done.
Hi,
but I'd like to
Angie.
point
I
out
said
that
hi. Hi, Angie.
these guys with their
Angie
high-tech
from New
fucking
Jersey,
no
2.0.
moral
Soon to
techniques
be
can't handle one person
Angie
who loves
from
God and his life
Texas 1.2.
and his ex-girlfriend.
Or
And
something.
they had her and they wasted her.
I'm
What a bunch
taking a break
what a
with
bunch of
trees.
fucking losers. Tammy, you have been sadly wasted. But at least you're not at the North Pole getting a haircut on the bicentennial anniversary of whatever. You got played. Sorry, I would have come sooner, but nobody told me how completely fucked off you were. Bye.
This land is not for sale.